other European countries. And regarding judging people, judging people by being punished, I mean, we are not to judge people, but we have to understand what happened here. We have to understand here what happened. I mean, the Israeli public had the wrong education and of the wrong interpretation of history, and now we are in a situation basically they cannot help themselves anymore. The people in Palestine and Israel, they cannot help themselves. They need help from the outside. It's the fact of the matter was there was peace. There was peace and harmony in Palestine prior to the Zionist pioneers, before the campaign of Zionism came to being in Palestine. And there's something we cannot say people are bad or wicked. No one's wicked. It's just people's complete misunderstanding. There's a misunderstanding of the Palestinians we Jews understand are mistaking the Palestinians for being old-fashioned anti-Semitic, like in the past, which is absolutely wrong, obviously. And this has to be worked on, obviously, and what we can do on the outside of which we see it in a different view, is we can campaign step by step. Obviously, there's a lot to be made. Obviously, the true. Obviously, there's a lot to be made, but the only way forward is step by step. We can't be too. Obviously, we can't be. When we say, nothing overnight will happen so quick, but step by step, letting in humanitarian aid in Gaza, etc., etc. How many we are is completely irrelevant. People ask me this question: how many are you? But it's completely irrelevant. It's what we represent. We represent the truth. We represent humanitarianism, and we represent the true interest of Israelis, of Palestinians, of the Middle East region. This is what we represent, and this is more powerful than how many we represent. So, and this is what we represent, and we should campaign for.
قضية التاريخ أنا أؤيد، يعني نحن نتأمل التاريخ ونستفيد منه، لكن بدون إسراف، لأنه نحن الآن نعاني من حالة الانحباس بالتاريخ. يعني أنا دائما أقول من مفاخر أمتنا نحن أنها اخترعت الصفر، ومن مآسيها أيضا أن بعض أبنائها يريدون لها أن تستمر منحبسة في خانة الصفر. يعني نحن نستفيد من التاريخ لكن لا نطيل الإقامة به، لأن الحاضر يضغط علينا كثيرا. فأنا يعني أؤيدك من حيث المبدأ. الأخ العزيز، الأزمة الآن ليست في العالم الثالث، الأزمة الآن قادمة من العالم الديمقراطي. يعني إن كان عندنا خلل نحن في الديمقراطية، لكن المشكلة أنه الأزمة منبعها من العالم الديمقراطي، من العالم الحر، من عالم الإنسان الحر، من عالم الكرامة. فالآن عالم الكرامة بث إلينا هذه السموم، فلذلك نطالب بزملائنا في العالم الحر أو ما يسمي أنفسهم العالم الحر أن يراجعوا هذه الثقة بالنفس، وأن يعترفوا معنا على أن عندهم خلل كبير كما عندنا خلل كبير، ونتعاون معا كيف نعالج هذا الخلل المشترك، أن نتواضع جميعا، لديهم خلل ولدينا خلل، والمسؤولية المشتركة كيف نتعاون معا تصحيح هذا الخلل المشترك. الحقيقة في قضية السؤال الأخ كيف العلاج وكيف، أنا في بحثي أذكر بند الحقيقة حول إعادة الارتباط بين الدين والسياسي. أنتم تعلمون أن في العالم الغربي أو العالم الحر أو يسمى العالم الديمقراطي أقامت خصومة كبيرة بين الدين والسياسي، والعلمانية قامت على أساس تطرفي ردا على تطرف الكنيسة. نعم، الكنيسة في وقت من الأوقات أرادت أن تحبس الناس في تعاليمها الكهنوتية، فجاء الرد من العلمانيين ليحبسوا الناس بالعلمانية بعيدا عن الكهنوتية. فالغرب يعاني من تطرفين أو مر بتطرفين: تطرف كهنوتي ثم تطرف علماني، ونحن هذه العدوى بدأت تنتقل إلى مجتمعاتنا. نحن نريد أن نلغي هذه الخصومة، نصحح هذا التصادم بين الديني والسياسي، لتصبح الأمم ويصبح التيار الإنساني تيارا متكاملا ما بين الدين والسياسي، نتناصح، نتبادل معلومات، وننهي حالة الاتهام المتبادلة والخصوم المتبادلة. إلى متى تبقى هذه الخصوم المتبادلة ونتراشق الاتهام من بعيد؟ لا بد أن يسمع إلي السياسي وأنا أسمع من السياسي، ولا بد أن أرتقي إلى مستوى قضايا السياسي والسياسي يرتقي إلى مستوى قضايا الديني، فالقضية أصبحت مشتركة. فهذا الذي يعني أتمنى أن يكون، وطبعا هناك تفاصيل كثيرة، وهذا لا يمكن أن يكون إخواني إلا في ملتقيات التأصيل. البحث العميق المعمق لا يمكن بمثل هذا الببليك، هذا الجمع الكبير اللي يعطي الواحد 3 دقائق. نحن تجربتنا مع الفاتيكان أنا لا أمل من ذكرها، لأن هذه تجربة نجلس يومين متكاملين نتحدث عن موضوع واحد، يعني الواحد يفرغ كل ما عنده من آراء، يفرغ كل ما عنده من معلومات، والآخر يناقش ونخرج إلى نتيجة. أما هذا النتف من الكلام دقيقة دقيقتين، ما هذا الكلام؟ ومع ذلك أنا أكبر هذه التجربة لأنها تجربة كمرحلة، لكن ينبغي ألا نطيل المكث بها. Thank you very much.
The speaker on this side has mentioned the importance of democracy as precondition for any economic reform. The point I would like to make is that there appears to be an interdependent relationship between a democracy and economic justice, for instance. In a situation in which the people do not have means of material subsistence, in which their economic rights are not guaranteed, in which they do not know how to survive the next day, how to provide food to the family and so on, the right, for instance, to express one's political opinion freely or to take part in free and fair elections is almost empty. It's not meaningless. What the point I make is there must be a minimum of economic and social rights that are guaranteed to the people in a framework which I would characterize as the rule of law, with specific norms and guarantees to the individual, and only in such a framework can one then meaningfully demand that this system be organized democratically. Democracy in an isolated framework would, in my view, not be even meaningful. As far as the question of how to reach the economic and political leaders of the world is concerned, the point I would make is practical. I think the representatives of the religious institutions, religious communities worldwide should speak out openly, frankly, and without reservations, and should not be shy as far as the power constellation is concerned. If the leaders of the religions speak authoritatively, they will be heard, they will be listened to. And as far as the Roman Catholic Church is concerned, to which I belong, a precedent has been set by the late John Paul II. He challenged the political leaders, particularly on the ideology of capitalism, globalization, and so on, and he is missed in this situation now. We would need John Paul a forceful view like that of the late John Paul II. Finally, just one more point about the role of the religions, and in particular the 3 monotheistic religions which were represented at this particular gathering. I think their teachings in terms of morality concerning economy and finance are rather similar. They are often, in some of the religions, they are forgotten. They are not emphasized as clearly and as strictly as they were, for instance, 1,000 or 2,000 years ago. Would the situation which prevails now, namely a major global crisis, which is by far not over, would that not now create an opportunity for these 3 religions to come together and to do something to educate, even I would say, those who have been responsible for the crisis the world is facing now. I know there are many differences in regards to the dogma, to dogmatic teachings, to specific issues of theology, but concerning this one particular issue of the moral teachings, one could really find common ground, and this could be a very important element or a very important foundation of what the center here is promoting, namely interfaith dialogue on the basis of shared values and mutual respect.
Thank you very much. I'd like to congratulate and thank the three speakers for three very stimulating talks. This brings to a conclusion this session. Thank you for your participation.